All right, hello and welcome to another episode of the original Donkeykast. I am Justin, and here with me is
Derek.
that's right,
Look at my
Derek.
glasses.
Hell
Getting it
yeah,
going.
you know how it goes. Um, so how about that SNES Classic, huh?
Ooh, it's so exciting.
Derek messaged me a little bit ago. I didn't even know that it was a thing yet. I mean, it was
Yep.
rumored. It was rumored.
21 games, and there'll also be 21 of them made. So hopefully you're
Yeah,
one of the lucky 21 that gets one.
yeah, yeah. Well, you think they'll make more this time? How do you think that'll go?
I hope so.
You would think.
Yeah, but
I mean,
doubtful.
I swear Nintendo used to like making money.
Everything they like print gold, and then
Mhm.
sometimes they're like, shut off the gold printing machines.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? I think let's give the other fellows a chance to catch up. It's
Maybe it's a tortoise and the hare situation.
yeah, yeah. Except the you know, the tortoise didn't take a nap. Or did it?
Yep.
Did the tortoise take
No,
a nap? I didn't think so.
no, it just kept going.
That
Which is, totally accurate. Tortoises, they don't sleep.
is very true. And they're known for winning races. That is like a bad lesson, kind of,
Yeah,
if you think
and
about it.
apparently it's like the opposite of what it was too, because like the real moral is don't take naps. Like don't fuck around and you'll just finish the race.
Is
You'll
that true?
well, I don't know if that's ultimately true, but
Yeah.
I've heard that it's not slow and steady wins the race, that is like a modern interpretation of the tale.
Yeah, it seems like yeah, well, I mean a rabbit versus a turtle, there's no hope. The
Yeah,
lesson should be the lesson should just be like stay in your lane.
yeah, get rest.
You're yeah, you're only gonna be good at a couple things. Let's be honest.
And also, I don't know if you're a rabbit and you barely lose a race and you got to take a naps along the way, maybe that's not such a loss.
No.
Maybe that also counts as a victory. Maybe everybody
No.
wins.
That's more like take one less nap and you'll win. That's the lesson. Don't get cocky, kid. That should be the lesson. Don't get cocky. It shouldn't be
Uh,
slow and steady wins a race because it doesn't. That's
yeah,
not how
no.
races
I mean,
work.
it can
Yeah.
sometimes.
It's like saying arithmetic will win you the fucking I don't know what they call pool events.
I
The triathlon there. I don't know.
feel like
It's
if it were to like mimic real life, it would be like the end of Mario Party, where it just basically randomly picks
yeah,
whoever wins, and it's just 90% luck.
absolutely.
Hey, you win.
That is life.
Yep.
um the world. It's something, isn't it?
Hmm. It is quite
I don't
something.
know. All those
But
fables
now we got a SNES Classic.
worthless. Yeah, they got SNES Classic, and holy shit, that lineup. That is something. And
Yeah, it's amazing.
they
I
got
I couldn't
Zelda.
believe. Yep,
Like,
a Mega Man game too, Mega Man X, 10, whatever.
yeah, they
Follow
basically
those. So I
they
don't know what to call that.
basically got exactly what you'd expect, and also everything you didn't think would be possible.
Yeah, like up to and including Star Fox 2. So wild.
That's easily the craziest one. Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
I wonder if they released that partially. just because it was already out there.
Yeah. Was it completely finished?
No, I don't
They
think
finished
so.
it. So did they
Because I
finish it?
I think they had to, yeah, like there's a community or maybe even a specific person, but there was like a finished version
Hmm.
eventually.
It's so weird.
So I'm guessing it'll be different.
Man, this list is nuts. I'm looking
Yeah,
at it again.
I
Wow.
couldn't believe they put Mario Kart on there, but it
You
makes
couldn't?
well, I would have wanted it and I figured it would be a
Yeah.
staple,
Yeah.
but for
I
whatever
could have
reason.
like when I think of a SNES Classic, what I figured they put on is basically Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Mario Kart, Star Fox,
Punch Out.
not Star Fox 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Super.
I never would have guessed that.
No, and Earthbound I could see, but Final Fantasy 3, which is actually Final Fantasy 6, that is like the coolest one to me. That's
Oh, cool.
crazy they got that. Final Fantasy 6 is great. It's most people consider it the best Final Fantasy. And like
Oh,
since they don't own it, that's quite the get.
yeah.
I mean
Yeah,
they had other Final Fantasies on the NES, but that's pretty fucking cool.
yeah. Well, if I ever get one, I'll play that.
Yeah. And Earthbound,
Yeah.
that's a
There's like
cool
quite a
one.
few on there that are games I've wanted to play for years since I never had a Super
Totally.
Nintendo. So you
Totally.
hear about them all.
This is like perfect for that because I feel like the Super Nintendo is like I feel like that's the oldest system with games that hold up today.
Yeah.
Like super well.
Yeah. That are still games.
Yeah, like that you could see someone making and putting on Steam today almost, and then it would be,
Yeah.
and you'd still love it. Like if somebody
Yep.
put out like if somebody put out like Link to the Past today for the first time, it would be it's still super fun to play.
Yeah.
And you haven't even played that yet, have you?
Nope.
That would be pretty cool to have.
Yeah. Seeing it on this list made me want it all the more, but I'm
Yeah.
already like resigned to knowing I won't get one. So
Why is that? You don't think it'll be available?
if it's anything like the other one, then NES Classic, it's going to be impossible. So I'm not even
Could you pre-order
logistically, I'm not even thinking it's real. I'm
it?
just like, oh, this is a cool thing.
Yeah. Couldn't you pre-order it though?
No, you couldn't pre-order the other one. At least not as
Wow.
far as I saw. Otherwise, I would have.
Huh.
Maybe at some point, but they sold out. But at least what I was reading is that it was just lines everywhere the first time. You had to
Yeah.
go get in line for the launch at a certain time.
It might be worth it. I wonder if you could buy more than one at a time.
Yeah, I wonder.
It'd be so worth like buying 5 and saving them for eBay.
Yeah,
Is this thing gonna be?
if you get enough people to go with.
Was that?
If you get enough people to go with, you can do whatever you want.
It's true. Um. Did shit, I forget. Oh, did they say how much it's gonna be?
$80, but it's
80?
gonna have 2 controllers.
Yeah, I see that, which is neat for sure.
Yeah, then that's what you want. Like, it bothered me that the original one didn't have both. I get that it was cheaper. It was like $60, but still, it was like, isn't the whole point of this?
Some of those games too. It's like I want to play these with people,
Yeah,
or not at all.
and if you can't, because you have to like buy a controller separate,
Yeah.
or I suppose you could plug in one of your old ones. But
Hmm. Wow.
I the
It's their phrasing on this makes me feel like they're not going to put out a lot.
really,
Well, it says our long-term efforts are focused on delivering great games for the Nintendo Switch system and continuing to build momentum for that platform, as well as serving more than 63 million owners of 3DS family systems. We're offering Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Super NES Classic Edition. Wow, what a name! In special recognitions of the fans who showed tremendous interest in our classic content. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Very strange.
Does it say, and also we listened, longer cables?
No. Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna happen. Huh. God. There's some great games though. Final Fantasy 6. I mean 3, but it's 6. Which is weird. You think they'd clear that up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
It's 2017. We know what that means. It should say 6. Did they have Final Fantasy? No, they didn't. So 1 and 2 came out here, and then 3, 4, 5 did not, and then 6 came out here.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Which is I think they were incredibly stupid the way they do that.
Yeah.
Both sides of this. Like America doesn't gun for Japanese market as much as they should either, but it's like these are gonna hit when they hit. Like Final Fantasy VII was fucking massive here. And they had completely written off the idea of a JRPG selling in America. And it's like, no, it just has to be like good. Like a really good game, no matter what it is, it's going to be successful.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm sure they're looking at numbers and whatnot, but I think by pulling out and not even trying has hurt them a lot, because people also over here, like, first of all, they didn't translate them that well either, and that hurt. And I don't know. They're just I think it's so silly to discount a region because you don't think people will like that brand of game when there's so many people that play so many different kinds of games.
Yeah.
It's
fortunately great. Now it kind of feels like the world opened up a little bit more, where they don't feel like it's not defined by shelf space, by like these 20 games are available, and if we put this one here that doesn't sell as well as that one, we lose money.
Absolutely.
So it feels like they're kind of going to return to some stuff like that a little bit more. At least they seem willing to. The fact that they're putting out Star Fox 2 makes me like hopeful. There's some other like hidden unreleased gems that they have.
That's a crazy move. And it's a good one, but it also makes me think like, but you're not even going to put out that many of these things.
Yeah. Hopefully it ends up on Virtual Console.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure.
Like,
but my first thought is just like, that's a great move to sell a lot of these things for the kind of people that are like, I want Star Fox 2. Like, that's crazy. Putting this out, I want Star Fox 2, but then they're not going to put out any of these, you know? They're going to put out a few thousand of these things.
And to have it be like, and also a thing that's already going to be in demand enough that it sells out, and then you throw on this other thing that's like
for free. Like they're not getting anything more. Like if this list didn't have Star Fox 2, I would want it just as badly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I guess I want it a little more badly, because that's really interesting.
It definitely does ratchet it up, but it doesn't mean I'll get it. It doesn't make me any more likely to get it personally. That's at least what I think.
Like I want this, and we'll get it if I have the means and the ability at the time. Either way.
Yeah, me too.
But
I would have an NES Classic, same condition.
Yeah. But at the same time, that's fucking cool.
It is. It's amazing.
But it's like Who else has done this? Has anyone else done this?
Well, there was the old, the like plug-in, the things you plug directly into the TV.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah, I know that the classic re issuing. But I mean like the idea of a game that was canceled 25 years ago
Yo, I see what you mean.
and now they're essentially selling it to people now. That's
Yeah.
crazy. This is a canceled game. It must have been done.
Yeah, it was real close. They like, as far as I know, what I read anyway is that it was actually finished, but they like didn't sell it because it was going to cut into Star Fox 64 sales. Because by the time it was going to be released, was too
Towards it.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or 64 sales or something. It was like done, and they decided not to release it, which I think I've heard about them doing a couple times.
Well, it's just the end of the NES's life
Yeah,
or the SNES's life. So it's kind of
right,
it, like why would they want to? And you
right.
know what? No, it took like a special expansion pack or something, right? And they were like, we can't even like the SNES is done. We're not gonna get people to buy this. Wasn't that
Hmm.
the thing?
VFX thing.
Yeah, I think
But I
that
thought that was built into the, well, I didn't have one, so
I thought it was like I could have sworn that it was you were gonna need like some addition, or maybe it was gonna cost a lot, and or like development took too long, and yeah, it was time for the 64. They're like, let's just scrap this one and make Star Fox 64.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, be fun
Either way,
playing it.
yeah. God, look at this list: Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, 6, Secret of Mana, Super Mario RPG. There's a lot of RPGs
Yeah,
on this thing.
yeah.
That's a lot of gameplay. And it's not just a novelty. These are big long games that are I would still play today.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool. Super Ghosts and Ghouls and Ghosts. I've never played that.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, is that an RPG?
No, it's like a side-scrolling kind of beat 'em up kind of thing that's known for
Okay.
being really hard. Do you remember that
Yeah.
game like Maximilian or whatever?
No.
I feel like it was called Maximilian, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I mean, that was the main character's name. It doesn't matter. It was like, yeah, never mind. It's like a PS. It was like a PS2 GameCube game. It was kind of a
Oh, okay.
spiritual 3D successor to the Ghouls and Ghosts. Um,
Gotcha.
but yeah, I've never played Punch Out. I've never played a Punch Out game.
They're fun. I mean, I think I would have played Super Punch Out at some point in my life, but mostly I played Punch Out, the NES version,
Hmm.
and it's real enjoyable. And the Wii version, I'm sure I played too, but it was the original one that I liked because it was mostly just timing based
Yeah,
tricks and stuff like that, but all also like silly weird characters that you're punching.
yeah, like Mike Tyson.
Yeah. So way back when.
Yeah, before he was a convicted rapist. I just heard him on NPR the other day, and they just touched on the subject of the rape thing, and he like went off on him. He got really mad.
Yeah.
He's just like, keep bringing that up. I was innocent. I did not rape that woman. And he's just like, everyone's bringing that up. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, maybe he is innocent. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. It was the weirdest thing because it's like, yeah, they're gonna bring it up, and you should know how to deal with it tactfully, or
Yeah.
not do interviews. Maybe if you've been convicted of rape, never do an interview again.
Yeah.
if that's really going to upset you, because they're gonna bring it up.
Or just be ready for it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Understand that there's somebody who's got it worse.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It was a weird thing to hear on NPR in the morning.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson just yelling at somebody for bringing up rape charge. That's the thing that, like, it was just like how he handled it. It was like, you had to know this was coming.
Right.
You had to. Yeah, it's so weird. So weird that he has a career still doing comedy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this lineup looks great.
Yep.
You know what game I've never finished? A Kirby game. Are those fun?
Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever finished one either. I've only like tried them. I played them a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like I try one like once every 5 years, and I'm like, this is fun. This is a nice little game. Maybe I'll finish it. Never buy it. Never. I always get like a thing on my 3DS that's like, there's a new Kirby demo. And then I download the demo and play the first level. I'm like, this is nice. I like this. So then,
Yeah.
It's just not hard enough, right?
Right.
If
it's not challenging, it's not. It feels like you're going through motions.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not like I'm sticking with Kirby for the story.
Right. It'd be cool if you could like ratchet it up a little bit, like do a expert master mode or whatever you'd want to call it, of just being like, can you turn this into just like a harder platformer and I'll play it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's something like, all that movement just. Everything's so inconsequential. Like, you could just float in the air forever. So it's like not even like platformy, really.
Yeah.
But
it all looks great.
It does, and I like the spirit of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I guess I've never played past the first level, so it's kind of hard to judge it, really.
Yeah. I think I had one on Game Boy Advance, maybe. Whatever one would have been there. That I enjoyed but never finished.
Yeah.
Didn't feel the drive.
Yeah, there's got to be something challenging about it. Otherwise, I don't. It's like, whatever. You're not Last of Us. I don't need to get through this.
Right. It's also clearly not designed for me. So I was just like, yeah, I get this.
It's kind of like for kids. Like, it's like your kid's first platformer. Teach them what a platformer is.
Yep.
And then
maybe Yoshi's Island, then maybe Mario.
Yeah. Yoshi's Island. That's funny. I'm looking at Kotaku's list, and they put Yoshi's Island smaller than everything else on the list. They just made it I don't know if it was an accident or if they did it on purpose, but at the very bottom, Yoshi's Island.
Yeah. Can't remember where, but I found that list of the Mario games we made, the best. We went through them and ranked them all, and that was the bottom of the list.
The Yoshi's Island? Yeah. That should
I'd never even played it, but you put it, you're like, no, that's got to be last.
No, yeah. It's the thing where you hit the button and then the egg thing goes and then you have to hit it again to shoot it. It's just such it's so fucking annoying. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and repeatedly, I bet.
Yeah, and it stops the action completely. Like, to not be able to aim and just like have to hit it when it does the meter thing is so weird at a platformer to me.
Yeah.
It's not a golf game.
Right. Yeah. Where that would make sense to be doing that. That's the entire game. Whereas to just tack it on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so unnecessary and weird.
Especially when they like remade it. Or when they made a new one recently, and then they had that thing again. It's like, there's a fucking analog stick there. Knock it off. Just let me aim it with the it seems like the newest one that you do aim with the analog stick and
Yeah.
the curse. Yeah, and that's how they should have been doing it for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Get it together, Nintendo. Those games seem like they've just they're it's the same thing with Kirby, where it's like it's not challenging enough for like to care about, really, right? I don't know. I
Yeah.
played that. Did you play that Yarn one?
No.
I think I
No.
played
I
that.
wanted to. It looked cool though.
It looks great, but it's just like you can't even die. Like you
Yeah.
literally can't die. Like you get extra points for collecting stuff or some shit. It's like this. There's no challenge in this.
Yeah. I'm cool with not dying as a game mechanic, but it's you'd still have to be challenged on another level. Like there has to be a reason why not dying is acceptable.
You mean like checkpoints?
Well, I mean, like if they make levels where there's no way to die, but you have to solve puzzles to move on or do certain things like that.
Yeah.
In a game, that's I'm cool with that because it's like if you want to make a game for kids where they're not punished in that sense, but they're rewarded for discovery, that's cool. But
I think that's bad for kids. I think that's something kids don't need to learn. I don't think that kids need to be eased into video games. If anything, adults need to be eased into video games. I think that's a mistake people make.
Well, yeah, I started with Mario. That was like,
yeah,
there was no easing. It was just you just figure it out. And
yeah,
then
we
try
just
and you get better.
Yeah, we just hit our heads against the wall because that was the fucking game we had.
Yep.
But like now, if I play a game and I can't get through the first level, I'm like, I might as well play something else. Basically. Or lower the difficulty. Or the Kitchen Wizard 3, I got like an hour into it and it was just like, this combat is awful and I'm going to crank the difficulty down and just play it.
Yeah.
The combat in Witcher 3 is awful. It's so bad.
Really?
Yeah, but everything else about it is great. Like the dialogue and the voice acting and everything about it is just like it's fantastic.
Except for the game part.
Except for the game part, yeah.
That's
yeah. It is. But like the conversations are really funny and clever and well done and yeah, it's very impressive other than the combat. This is unfortunate. I feel the same way about Last of Us too, though.
Yeah, it's nothing like too spectacular, I guess.
No,
but it's functional in the sense that it fits the game to me.
Yeah,
it's fairly minimalistic.
But like, if that game wasn't story driven, I don't think we'd play it.
No.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I think of the first Resident Evil that I played the shit out of when I was a kid, and it was like it had a lot of puzzles.
Yeah,
and the combat wasn't. I mean, it was fine for back then. Actually, it was because it was like one of the first 3D games, so it's kind of you walk like a tank, and yeah. But it was about like it was more about conserving your ammo and staying alive. It was like one of the I think it was the first game called a survival horror game. Actually,
okay. They made the genre.
I believe it was the first one. Yeah, that's like about conserving your ammo. So there's more of a meta game in there. But Last of Us is just kind of like there's a certain part in that game where I was just like, all right, I'm turning the difficulty down and I'm gonna run through everything because whenever there's a fight, I die 3 times and I get annoyed and I don't care because it feels cheap. A lot of that gameplay felt cheap when you would die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a shame about how good Naughty Dog has become at storytelling while they've like kind of lost their ability to make like a fun playing game. Don't you think?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like when you think back to like Crash Bandicoot and Jack and Daxter, those were great games to play.
yeah.
But yeah, like the first Uncharted is horrible to play. I tried to play that like 5 times. Have you ever tried that game?
No.
Oh, the shooting feels so bad. And there's also this thing that people talk about a lot, which um I mean it's a problem with a lot of games, but like I think they call it lunar narrative dissonance or whatever,
Oh yeah.
where like it'll be like, oh, I'm a charming adventurer, and here comes 40 guys that I'm going to shoot in the face.
Yeah.
Like, it's very strange. Like, oh, I'm just getting by the skin of my teeth, and then I just murdered an army single handedly.
Yeah.
It's weird. It could be
Yep.
weird, that stuff, and I feel like Uncharted. It's like, I don't have to be killing people all the time in this game. Like I don't think anyone's coming to this game for the shooting.
Right. And those are available in other places. Like
Mhm.
if you want a shooter, get a shooter. So if your game doesn't necessitate it, like BioShock Infinite to me would have been like infinitely more. I don't want to say that. It would have been way better
Yeah,
without that shooting
yeah,
stuff like so often.
yeah. It didn't feel great. It kind of felt like the system from the first game just taken over to the next game, and it didn't really fit it with all the rail mechanics and all that, and the
Yep.
openness of it all. Like you played the first Bioshock, right?
Yeah, I didn't finish it, but I played quite a bit of it.
Oh damn, I love the ending of that game.
Yeah, I think you showed it to me or something
The ending, maybe.
before I played Infinite.
Oh, okay. I mean, it doesn't matter that much in regard to Infinite in retrospect, other than you just have to know Rapture.
Sure.
But I fucking love the way uh the villain at the end, where he's just like he commands you to kill him, and then
And you
you
have
have
to.
you have no choice. It's a video game, so you have to just keep
Yep.
hitting the button. And I love it. He just keeps saying, a man chooses, a slave obeys. Kill me." And then you just keep killing him. But he doesn't want you to just kill him. He wants you to break the thing, but you don't. You
Yeah,
just kill him.
you can't.
Yeah, you're a slave, I guess. That's well done. I like that.
Yep.
I like the idea of playing with the fact that it's a video game and that you
Yep.
have, you know, um, they don't do that meta-ness enough. Um,
Yeah.
I can think of one other thing, but I don't think you've played it yet, and I think you're going to, so I'm not going to say anymore.
All right. Keep that mystery alive.
uh, that reminds me, they're having a big Steam sale right now. Did you see
Yep.
that?
Mm-hmm.
So much stuff on there. I really want Nier.
Oh, I don't even know if I know that.
Nier Amamata or whatever. You're like a lady cyborg.
I didn't
Um,
see it.
you're a lady cyborg getting shit done. Everyone says it's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I would really like to get that.
And that's on sale.
Yeah, but it's like $40 or something still because it just came out.
Yep.
And Civ 6. I've never been able to get into a Civ game, but I feel like I could if I tried harder.
Yeah. I played the original one and didn't. It never hooked me.
Yeah,
I got bored
yeah.
pretty quickly. and I like SimCity. That's why I played it, is because I played a lot of SimCity.
Yeah.
So it's not like sim games are not my bag, but
That's a it's a weird thing. I feel like I like sim games a lot, but I haven't been able to get into one in so long.
yeah.
Um, yeah, they seem like they'd be in my bag. I just feel like right away that I've hit the wall and I know everything the game has to offer, and it's no longer fun
Yeah.
in a weird way.
See, what I liked about SimCity was not, it was like the reason I liked it is because you could just like start from scratch, build a thing. If you had the codes to send the natural disasters, just fuck around for a bunch. It was
Yeah.
always just like a sandbox to me instead of, I don't know, like a gameplay thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if I want to
I know.
finish a story in one of those things or build up to it, but if you
Yeah.
look, give me some fun tools and let me play. That's cool. And that's why I feel like The Sims never had that to me, is it was always like this weird, it was too much of a simulation, I guess. Too
The
much feeding
the
people and
straight up sim,
bullshit.
the straight up sim
Yeah,
with the people. Yeah, I never got into those
yeah.
either. I never saw the appeal when it came out, and then I tried one like three or something, and it's just like not for me.
Yeah.
Man, No Man's Sky is still $60.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's on sale right now for 24, but like its regular price is still $60. That's just really, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I bet they made so much fucking money off that thing too.
Yeah.
But if they ever put anything out again, it's gonna people are not going to receive it immediately,
Yeah.
as they should not. Shadow.
Have you gone and watched the original video recently?
I watched it a few months ago, like
Okay.
after it came out, and
Yeah.
they were talking about it on the Bombcast, and yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's so like you watch that original video and you're like, yeah, this is so fucking cool. Everything is like distinct. It's all reacting to everything else. One thing leads like one monster. First you see like all these like birds flying away, and then
Hmm.
like you see the monster like it's a living world, and then you get to the existing game and it's like, oh yeah, cool. It's like a grid with check boxes and that's the world. Fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
cool, but if you wouldn't have or sold it, maybe.
No, I bet if they put it out just like it is, it probably would have been fairly successful.
Yeah,
But
because for what it is, it's a cool achievement.
you can't promise. I mean, this must have been their first game, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean,
I have an idea.
they promised a whole lot.
I have an idea. We will, you and I, let's make a video selling a video game with like the best graphics possible, amazing story, and then we'll release like a one-dimensional Pong game. It'll just be like a
Yeah,
dot going back and forth.
yeah.
That's what I mean. You get to the realities of making a game and the budget compromises you got to make. This is the best we can do.
That'd be great. Like, not actual footage we put in the trailer. Deep space adventure. It's just Pong with stars behind it. That'd be funny. And we'd get murdered.
Yeah, but at least we'd be rich for a little bit.
That's true. We could probably hide out somewhere. That'd be
Yeah, that'd be
great.
a fun little bit.
Let's swindle
Mhm.
people. It can't be that hard. It's not like Kickstarter comes for the money back, do they?
No, and I think
They probably should.
somebody filed a lawsuit or something. I didn't
Mhm.
follow that though. But I think in the terms of service at Kickstarter, they explicitly say like this is you're not entitled to anything or something.
Yeah, and they should, because you shouldn't be.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's not how crowdfunding works. If you want to crowdfund a game, you have to understand it's not like going to the store and buying a game.
right.
Like, yeah, yeah, it's what are you gonna do? Divinity is a series? Huh. Sorry, I'm flipping through Steam.
Uh,
um, interesting.
I'm I'm deliberately not looking at any of that stuff so that I have no temptations.
To buy it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. So if I were to look at it, it
Yeah.
would be a complete waste of time full of bad vibes.
Waste of time full of bad vibes. That's Weezer's worst album. I yeah, I shouldn't buy anything. But I want Near so bad. Whatever.
I'm
It's not even that much off.
if I'm gonna spend any money, it's gonna be the $20 to get the Zelda DLC on Friday.
Oh, is that what it hits?
Friday. Yep.
Damn.
Exciting.
Yeah. Um, my Wii U is currently at a pawn shop, so
Oh, really?
yeah, I needed money. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it out before it's gone.
Yeah.
Always do loan. Never give it to them.
And then if you don't pay it back, that's when they.
And then they take it, yeah. But
Yeah. Okay.
honestly, I don't think one time that happened where they kept it since I've been doing that, I think.
Yeah.
And luckily they still had it when I got there. My 3DS, my gold one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. That was when we lived in that house?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was when I lost my job and I needed basically cash for cigarettes because I had rent covered already. But I still actually, I think I still owe a lady like $200. Shit. For that last month. Fuck. I totally forgot about that. She's probably mad at me, isn't she? Oh God. But no, I sold that gold one and then I was gonna get it back and I got there and then he was like, oh, we already put that out. And I was like, you put it out? It's not like I still have like 2 weeks. And he looks at the paper and he's like, oh. He walks away and he comes back and he said, luckily no one bought it. I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. You put it out? Like, I had all my games on it.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That pissed me off. I don't know what happened to that now though. I don't have that anymore.
That old 3DS?
Yeah. At some point I lost it, apparently. Or maybe I ended up selling it ultimately. But I don't think I would have sold it because it had all my games on it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
But eventually, like a year and a half ago, I got the new 3DS and I called Nintendo and pretended I had lost my old one, so they put my games on it.
Oh, nice.
I said I left it on a bus like 6 months ago. And then they were like, you logged in like 2 months ago or something like that. And I was like, really? And they're like, do you want me to block out their ability to access your account, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So whoever had that 3DS at that point probably had a bad day.
Yeah.
That every game was blocked. Yeah, so that was all right.
How does that work when they sell it? Do they sell it with that included, basically, or do they not know enough to know?
I mean, they're supposed to wipe it, but I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah.
Which is why I definitely have to get my Wii U back because my credit
Yeah.
card information is in there. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, at the very least, you'll have to go back before the day's up.
What was that?
Like the last day you have, go back and be like, hey, you gotta clear that off.
Yeah. Where you sell that? I mean, they should be, but who knows if they actually are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pawning stuff's stupid, though. Such a bad idea. Oh, this offer's till July 5th. I don't have to worry. Fuck it. I'll wait till I don't have money next week. Yeah, don't pawn your games. Keep them. I wish I had all my games. That was stupid. Like I would, what's the point? Like you've got that bin. That'd be fucking sweet to have that bin.
Yeah. But there's also ROMs exist.
Yeah. But there's something cool about having like, those old games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I don't know.
It's really fun to it's like brings you back there so much more readily, visibly, like you're holding the thing.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It makes you feel kind of old in a cool way.
Mm-hmm.
I never feel old when I think of that stuff. That's not the thing that makes me feel old, I guess. I feel privileged to have been alive and to see so much that has changed, I feel like.
And to know that seemingly modern gaming history picks up at the NES, which is when I learned it. It's like I don't know all the Atari, ColecoVision, whatevers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The fact that I have to say whatevers, but everything after NES, I'm like, oh, I can tell you about the Atari Jaguar.
Yeah. We're like post-Crash kids.
Yeah.
Like that was just like a story we heard.
Right. And none of those games are great anyway. Like they don't hold up.
No, well that's why there was the Crash.
Yep.
There's like 4 big games that were great, and then everything exploded, and then they put out terrible game for a lot of money, and then it crashed.
And even the versions where it's like there's a Pac-Man on those, and then you see video, gameplay, or whatever. You look into it, and it's like, oh, you mean the worst creation of Pac-Man that has ever existed? Got it.
Yeah, it's like not even Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so bad.
Got to avoid all that.
That Atari Pac-Man is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've got that in the closet right now because somebody at Kate's work said they were cleaning out their parents' basement. He's like, your boyfriend likes video games. Do you want an Atari? And I was like, yeah, send it over. And it came with Pac-Man. Pac-Man's in there. And I'm like, I kind of want to hook it up and just see how bad it is.
Yeah.
But why not take it? I imagine not. I feel like I don't have the gear for that.
Yeah. Yeah, you would need something specific.
Yeah, like that Framemeister thing.
Yeah.
That's a giant, I don't know. Giant Bomb was messing around with one of those. That's the only reason I know what it is. Yeah. I don't know. What else has happened? Have you been playing anything?
Not much. I checked out a few of those Sega Forever games.
Sega Forever?
If you saw those, it's a new thing on the phone where it's like So Nintendo's doing the NES Classic
Hmm.
and Super NES Classic, and Sega's doing Sega Forever. So it's phone games. They're each available for free, I think, but then they have built-in stuff.
Mm.
I think is how they're doing it. And they're like, I'm pretty sure they're staggering the releases, or at the very least, when I looked for some, they didn't have everything I saw in the ad.
Oh, okay.
But it's just like, oh, cool. Try Sonic. I just like played a little bit, uninstalled it. I tried another one, then uninstalled it.
Yeah. Sounds
It's
about
like, oh yeah, this is cool. I've played a lot of these, played them a bunch of times. They
right.
release these packs a lot,
Yeah.
so I own a couple, I guess. But it's cool to be able to have kind of on demand to just
Yeah,
download it.
with the worst possible way to play it.
Yeah, I got it down a little bit. Like I played Kid Chameleon, and when I started playing, I was like, "Oh, there's no way I'll be able to do this," because the controls are already kind of weird
Mm.
and janky a little bit. So then to throw in touchscreen on top of it
Yeah. Yeah,
was yeah.
that can't be good.
But it was still okay. I was surprised at how like like all games, you're like, you just adapt to it after a while, and then it
Mhm.
becomes you're like one with the game.
Yeah, that's how Kid Chameleon works. I never played that.
Really, it was fun, but it was hard.
I believe it.
The coolest thing about it, it was like I forget how many levels. It had so many levels, um, three versions of each world, and then you'd like graduate through them. There wasn't much of a challenge in the sense that I don't remember there really being bosses, so it was just like level by level, get to the end, the white flag,
Mm.
and then you start the next one. But do you know anything about it?
No.
Like the big selling point was all the different masks and costumes, so that's why it's Kid Chameleon.
Oh, he's
So there's a
okay.
shitload of power ups.
So it's like Fletch.
Sure, I didn't know that about that.
Oh, you've never seen Fletch?
No.
Oh. Oh. Never mind. He just dresses up a lot.
Oh, okay. Does it
But
allow him to do certain things?
no.
Does it put him in a tank that shoots skulls?
Oh yeah, actually, yes.
Oh, cool. Then it is like Fletch.
I'm surprised you didn't see those gifs of Chevy Chase turning into a tank and shooting skulls. Not enough people know Fletch. Fletch is great.
I wonder if you can stream it.
In some fashion, yes. Almost
Yeah.
certainly. I found all the books at a bookstore,
Hmm.
and they're like one of my favorite. That's a really good series because Fletch is an investigative. I like how he's an investigative journalist and not a detective. It's
Oh
basically
yeah.
so it's basically like noir-ish detective novels written in the 80s about an investigative journalist instead of a yeah.
Huh.
And he's pretty selfish and funny, and it's a real treat.
That's
Like
fun.
I remember the first book ends with him convincing like his first and second wife to fly away and meet him somewhere, and he sends them both to the same place and he goes somewhere else. And that's how the book ends. It's pretty great. He's kind of like he's he's a dick,
Yeah.
but you don't know what he's thinking ever. Like the it's like a third person narrative where he's not omnipotent. So
Yeah.
so like kind of everything, but to kind of takes you by surprise. It makes you laugh because you don't know he's setting these things up. Like his first like I think there's like a thread where his wife is trying to get alimony from him, and he's like, "You're married to, like, I know you're seeing somebody that's worth like 20 times what I am. Fuck you, leave me alone." And then it's somebody else is pursuing him for some reason. I think it's another ex-wife, and then yeah, and then you don't. you think that's kind of the joke because like there's jokes throughout it, and then at the end he sends them to the same place. It's pretty great. Um, but yeah, the movie's very good. I like the movie. It's a little zany. The book is darker than the movie is, but like
Yeah.
but they still stick with the cool like story of it. Like basically, it starts with somebody hiring him to somebody hires him to kill him. He wants Fletch to kill himself.
Oh wow.
That's
Okay.
how the book opens. Like he offers him like $1,000 or like $10,000 to kill him. And then basically the whole book is Fletch figuring out why.
Hmm.
Like going around, like he says yes, I'll do it, and then he spends a week because it's supposed to happen in a week. He spends a week trying to figure out why he wants him to do this, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but during like the whole like he's on assignment in this book to investigate the heroin problem on the beach. That's what he's doing for his job.
Okay.
And then this guy comes up to him and he thinks he's a beach bum and he asks him to kill him for
Hmm.
for money. He's gonna pay him. And yeah. There's definitely one thing that they cut out of the movie, which is he is with a 15-year-old girl named Bobby. Like he's like, I'm pretty sure they're having sex if I remember correctly.
Hmm.
And he's doing heroin, by the way, to fit in. So they're both heroin junkies on the beach, and one day he wakes up and she's dead, and he buries her in the sand, and then moves on. I mean,
Whoa.
it's devastating to him, obviously, but it's like
Yeah.
it's crazy, and that this is not in the movie, but it's kind of
Right.
crazy how like amoral it can be.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember if they were sleeping together but I feel like they were.
It kind of reminds me. This is kind of a weird aside, but have you ever? Hey, yo! Have you ever read the Bible? I think
Part.
it's in Exodus though. Have you ever read Exodus?
I don't think so.
There's a
I
part where they're just like describing Moses. I'm pretty sure about this. I think it's Moses. Like they're just talking about Moses, and then they're like just randomly in between stories. They're just like, and then he met a guy in the street, fought him, and killed him and buried him in the sand. And then he went on and did this thing, just like so casually, no consequence, no fallout, no anything. Just like he did this, and then this happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
That's pretty
just what that reminded me of. Like
no,
somebody, oh.
I wonder if that's a reference to that almost. It could be.
Right?
It was definitely it's definitely like the worst, like the most offensive thing you could do with a dead person. Like,
Yeah.
you just bury them in the sand. It's not even hard.
Right.
It's messed up. Fletch it's a great book though. He's very good at writing dialogue.
That's
Like
cool.
to the point where like the covers of his book is like dialogue. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, it'll be like an exchange between two people.
Hmm.
Like usually the pivotal first exchange. I think they usually open with dialogue too. But he's very good, very snappy. Um yeah, Fletch is a great character. God, I still remember when they were trying to they're always trying to reboot the Fletch franchise. I really don't understand why it's not more popular because first of all, you had two movies with Chevy Chase in the 80s that were successful, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're constantly trying to reboot this thing. Like Kevin Smith was even going to do it for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with fucking Jason Lee, which would have been terrible. But I'm glad that they never got that off the ground. But and I also know they almost rebooted it with Will Smith as Fletch too.
Hmm.
And I remember racists getting upset about that. And one of the things, was like, what about that one where Fletch pretends to be in the KKK? How are they gonna do that? It's like, I don't know. Maybe they don't start with that story. There's like 10 books. What do you? Plus, they wear hoods. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know, there are a million ways to do that, and the biggest one is maybe not do that one.
Yeah. Well, also to me, if you're gonna go there, it's as if they said, "How about we make that KKK one interesting
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
instead of kind of weird?"
yeah, it's the yeah.
Well, I have no idea if it's weird, but just like if that's your
I don't-
go-to reference and you're a racist,
yeah,
I'm guessing your approach to it isn't, I hate those guys in the KKK.
yeah, absolutely. It was really it was a weird thing to latch on to be like, he can't be in this. It's like,
He says all the time, white pride.
yeah. It's like, Fletch wasn't like joining the KKK because he liked them. Like,
Right.
that's like, okay, like Fletch dresses up like a doctor to steal some files in the first one. Are you like, Chevy Chase can't play Fletch? He's not a doctor.
Yeah. He doesn't have his medical license.
So, that argument was so ridiculous for so many reasons. First of all, there's so many Fletch books. Secondly, that's not the first or the second one. Like, they're not gonna make 15 Fletch movies starring Will Smith. They're gonna make like 1 or 2, maybe.
Right. And they're not going to be exactly the same as the books.
I think the second Fletch movie, he did dress up as the KKK. But that movie wasn't, the second one wasn't good. I don't think the second one was based on a book. Or maybe they took that KKK thing from a later one, but whatever. They're really good books. I started reading one yesterday, and it's been a long time. I started reading one I hadn't read before, and I'm like 150 pages into it already. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that tells you what I think of it, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I also love it looks so like the book looks so trashy. I'm gonna grab it quick because it just looks trashy as fuck.
All right, I'll take this opportunity to talk to you about proper mug cleaning. You got to clean your mugs.
What? Oh, you keep the audience entertained?
Yep. Doing one of my classic.
Look how trashy the cover of this thing is. Is it backwards or can you read
No,
it?
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fletch is back again. It's great though. I also like how it's called Fletch's Moxie.
Yeah.
But there's just a character named Moxie in it.
Yeah.
It's misleading. I like it though.
That's what they want you to think.
Yeah. It starts with he's watching a talk show. It opens, he's sitting in a talk show, watching a talk show, and then somebody dies, and then they find a knife in his back, and they can't figure out who killed him live on the talk show. So that's the mystery. It's pretty good. I like it. And yeah, it's good. There's a lot of great things about it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I picked up. This was only $1.99 at a used bookstore.
Ooh.
I picked up 5 different Fletch
Five
books.
copies of that one? Got it.
No. 5 books for $10. Totally worth it.
Yeah. Easy.
I love used bookstores. Used bookstores.
Yep. They are the best.
Yeah. I read more of these. They got the worst names. I love how trashy it is, but it's like good.
Yeah.
But you can't even get these at Barnes and Noble. That drives me nuts. Like how? With the crap they got there.
Yeah.
1982. What are the books? Okay, there's Fletch, there's Confess Fletch, Fletch's Fortune, Fletch and the Widow Bradley, Fletch's Moxie, and then whatever else came after this.
Hmm.
That guy deserves more. He's still writing books, I think.
Really?
I think so. I wasn't expecting. I don't know. I guess you just expect when something isn't popular, that doesn't maintain its how good it is. But I'm very much enjoying Fletch's Moxie so far.
Cool.
It's fun. A fun read. So, how about you? What are you up to?
I've been I was looking for him because I have a bad memory. I've been re-listening to Andy Kindler's State of the Industry addresses
All of them?
because he re-released, or they re-released, like, or I should say released because it was never released, but the original one.
Yeah.
So
Like
then I
recently?
listened to last year's, and then there's like 2015, 14, and 13 on YouTube. So
Huh.
I listened to like all of those. And
I feel
there's
like I.
like genius. There's like little nuggets in those that are not in his act that you kind of forget about because they're weird one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
Like he the microphone is popping at the beginning of I think the 2014 one, and he's like complaining about the microphone, and he's like, they can put a guy on the thing, but they can't get a situation going below 40 decibels. Just like it's such a perfect Kindler, like
Yeah.
in the moment weird
I can
joke.
put a guy on the thing. That's good. Yeah, I think I feel like I've listened to all the ones that have come out and very much enjoyed them. I really like when he's like when he's talking about Seinfeld making fun of his daughter. Real brave
Yeah.
you throw your daughter under the bus like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really funny too because he'll reference past ones sometimes where he'll be like, I'm not going to talk about Louis C.K. this year
Mhm.
because it
I
did so
love the
great for me last year.
I love the one where he talked about Louis C.K. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's what he should be doing. He's never going to be rich.
Right.
but he will be remembered, I think.
I think he could be, depending on. It's just like it's all usage. Like he was on Letterman a ton
Yeah.
because I feel like that was a good way. Like he's got a distinct energy.
Yeah, but I just don't think the masses like him. I really don't. I
I think
like
it's
people find him
possible.
very people that aren't like comedians or like you know comedy nerds, like they do
Yeah.
not like Andy Kindler. They do not they don't understand. Like Alyssa, when I was dating her, she fucking hated him so much. She's like, I don't understand why this is funny. He's like, like, and she didn't even like. She liked good comedy. She did not understand Andy Kindler.
Yeah.
There is
It's almost like
something
you have to do
you
it.
have. You have to be in on the joke, kind of.
Yeah, and you have to get the jokes that he's almost not making. He's making like level 3 jokes, and you have to know level 1 and 2,
Yeah, it's
and you have to know that they're implied and that he's almost making fun of those.
he's making fun of his own delivery. Stop
Yep.
it. His own like it's not even his delivery isn't ironic, but it's so entrenched that it's also a joke.
Yeah.
It's such a it's so hard to explain, but it's kind of like Neil Hamburger. I
Yeah.
bet if you didn't get Andy Kindler, you wouldn't like Neil Hamburger either.
Yeah, probably.
God, whenever I start watching some Neil Hamburger, I just can't stop.
Yeah, he's great.
Did you ever hear his
Have you been?
Tenacious D album?
Oh yeah, maybe. It's been a while though.
That's gotta
Maybe
be the
listen to
best because he went up before them at like a stadium, and he
Yeah, where they don't know.
yeah, and he keeps going, and now I am you, Tenacious D's Rhodey. There he is over there. He does that like 20 times, and they are so fucking mad.
Oh, I love it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, what you've been waiting for 20 more minutes of me. And he just keeps saying, like, if you don't laugh at this next one, your heroes, Tenacious D, will be shot in the head, execution style. Stuff like that.
Oh, that's
The
good.
whole time. And it's like 45 minutes of people furious. They are so upset.
That's perfect for that character too.
Oh, absolutely. It's so good.
It almost
But-
works less when it works.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does. Absolutely. He's got some.
I didn't go to it, but when the first Festival Supreme, I stayed in my place. I didn't want to leave.
Mhm.
So I stayed there, but they had a booth where he was doing one-on-one stand-up. You just get in a line and you'd go in. And I think it was kind of like he would just make fun of you ultimately.
Uh-huh.
But then you get that and then you move on, and that's what he did all day.
That's great.
Yeah, so funny.
It'd almost be funnier if he just told the same joke to every person.
Yeah.
Why did Courtney Love? God. I love that. That Courtney Love joke is great. Why didn't she have any cranberry sauce? You've heard that one, right?
Yeah, I'm sure, but I don't remember it.
Where he just keeps repeating like what she ate for Thanksgiving and why she didn't have, or why she wasn't eating cranberry sauce for Thanksgiving. And he keeps going into it. He keeps going into it. And it takes like 5 minutes to get to the punchline. Because she'll be dead of a heroin overdose. So fucking dumb. Have you seen the child molesting robot sketch on SNL?
Yeah.
I just saw that yesterday and I could not stop fucking laughing. That is maybe the funniest. I mean, it wasn't executed perfectly because I feel like the first half of the sketch wasn't even remotely funny and it could have been. But
yeah, but I feel like that only lends itself to that big punch when it finally the big reveal happens, because it's like borderline real, like cutesy, and without that, I feel like that wouldn't have hit so hard.
Yeah, I think you're right. But
because I thought that too when I was watching it, I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is going so long," and then that finally happens. It's like, okay,
yeah,
that's perfect. It has to exist in a real world. That's kind of it has to be weird. Blue on blue doesn't work. I guess that's the UCB term.
Yeah, or a hat wearing a hat.
Sure, but then they have tiny hats, and then that's true.
Sure.
Then that gets stolen.
Yeah, I feel like there could. I don't know. My thought was like, I feel like if this was a Mr. Show sketch, the whole thing would have been funny. But God, that was so good. And everything after it was perfect too. Once that happens, the rest of the sketch is perfect. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just like it has to be like that at the beginning to hit so fucking hard. But it's just like, oh, I built a robot that molests children. I fucking died Because it's so
Yeah.
funny because they're all evil, but none of them are
Yep.
being particularly evil. They're just
Right.
like making toys. It's like, oh, Webster's dictionary defines evil as a amoral act or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then how do you make a child molesting robot? Well, you build a robot, you molest it, and you hope the cycle continues. It's so fucking dark.
Yeah. For SNL too.
Yeah. And The Rock pulled that off very well.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah, he is.
Ugh.
Did you ever watch his original SNL?
The first
Like
one he was
way
on?
back when? Yeah.
It's possible.
It
If
was
there-
like that was when he was still a wrestler, and it was like kind of a big deal that a wrestler was hosting.
Mm,
And they had like other wrestlers there, I think, to kind of give a little bit of a pitch
yeah.
about wrestling.
And
And it was like genuinely funny stuff happened. Like changed wrestling after the fact. One of the people who was on that SNL thing then became like a comedy character because he had a funny couple moments on that show. So then from then on, he's like dressing up. What's that?
Was that Xavier?
No, it was Big Show.
Okay.
Xavier probably would have been like 10 at the time.
Yeah. For sure. God, The Rock is too old to have that many muscles. He's not going to live long.
Yeah, right.
You can't be old with that many muscles. He's got to stop. His heart is going to fucking explode.
Yeah, you can. They all like all the wrestlers. That's what they do.
What? Their hearts
Like,
explode?
yeah. Well, that's from other stuff.
Yeah.
But they like lift every day for
He
however long.
doesn't need to. He's not a wrestler
like-
anymore. Nobody needs him to weigh 9,000 pounds.
Yeah, well, that's his whole thing now. Now that's who he is.
But whenever I see him in a movie, I'm just like, I am uncomfortable with how uncomfortable you have to be right now. Like, you look like he looks like he's morbidly obese when he wears a shirt. Like,
Yeah.
You know? He has to wear like a shirt that's so thin that you could tell that there's muscles underneath. Like if he wore like a polo, you'd think, damn, that dude's fat. That guy's a weird kind of fat. It's just like when he's in Fast and the Furious, he's just like a fucking bear.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't understand how you could be like, I don't understand how you could be like 10 pounds less than that and be like, I could go more. Like, it's got to be so much work too.
Yeah. Well, if you go by his like Instagram and stuff, it's what he maybe enjoys is too strong, but it's what he thrives on. You know what I mean? It feeds him. So it's clearly like not an addiction's maybe the wrong.
It's an
It's got
addiction.
negative
Come on.
connotations, but yeah.
He's wearing his addiction and we can all see it.
Yep. And it makes you look fucking jacked.
Yeah, but like I think it's distracting whenever I see him. It almost makes it more impressive when he's funny and charming though.
Yeah.
Because you're like, how do you even have time? Like, are you just constantly working out? I mean, the answer is yes.
Yep.
But yeah, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Well, it's been about an hour and a half.
All right.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No.
All right, that was anticlimactic. I've been playing Steam World Heist. That's a game. That's a fun game.
Is that different than the Dig one?
It's the same people. It's a completely different game, but you're still Steam World robots, which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. It's almost, you know what it reminds me a lot of? Firefly, the show.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's your steampunk robots in space trying to get by. It's like a tactics game, kind of. But it's like it's a 2D side-scrolling kind of thing. You almost have to look at it. I can't.
What's the
SteamWorld Heist?
SteamWorld Heist?
Yeah, Heist. Yeah, and like you go to you'll go to like a ship, and you'll go in it and you'll write it, and there'll be bad guys that you fight, and dialogue's pretty solid. It's very charming. You recruit people. It's almost like a side-scrolling Fire Emblem or something. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's kind of like there's turns, and you got guns. You recruit people. It's fun. It's a good game.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
It's really fun. I probably put it'll tell me. Okay, 95 minutes, but I have enjoyed those 95 minutes quite a bit. Yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like SteamWorld Dig. Did you play that?
No, I think I watched a little bit about it, but I never played it. At least not as far as I can remember. I mean, it's possible I own it and have played it.
It's on the 3DS. So is Heist. I think they're both on PC though. I got Heist on PC.
Gotcha.
Because it was on sale. So I was like, fuck, all right. Almost wish I got it on 3DS. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm getting sick of my 3DS. I feel like it's too old. The resolution sucks. Like the resolution sucks.
Yeah. It's noticeable now.
Yeah. At the time, it was like, this is cool for a handheld.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's time to get a Switch.
Yep. Definitely.
There's one in a crane game kind of machine while I was getting my oil changed earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Spent $10 on that.
Yep. Worth it.
Oh, yeah. Look at my new Switch. What's even sadder is I looked it up online, like how you win one of those things.
Yeah.
And the guy was basically like, you can't until there's been enough money spent. And I did it anyway. Because I was like, maybe it's my lucky day.
You never know.
Because first of all, you have to get it, like with skill.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, there has to have been enough money spent on it for them to say, okay, we can give this away now.
Yeah.
So like it was like a thing that moved towards.
Oh yeah. And it had to fit.
Yes, and if it hadn't been reached yet, it would just like after you hit go, it would go up a little bit. Just like just a little bit. And I was like, fuck. And it said in the thing, that means you got it, but they fucked you because it hasn't been spent enough money. And so I did get it. But I didn't get it.
Is that when it like hits right above the...
Yep.
Because I played a machine. I forget what I was trying to get. I was at a place where I had put money on a card and needed to spend the last of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll go for a Xbox One, I think is what it was, or a 360 or something.
For sure.
Some console. So then I had the same thing. I kept hitting right above it. And then I was like, I think this is rigged. I'm pretty sure this is rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged. I hate that.
Yep.
Either randomize it or make it scale. Don't make it both. I think that's bullshit.
Or don't make the prizes so good that winning the game makes you lose money.
Yeah.
Because you could still have the game be a game. And if it's that easy, the prizes just aren't as good as a 360.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's lame. I should have done it. But what if I had a Switch right now? How sweet would that have been?
I know.
It's kind of funny because it was right outside the GameStop that doesn't have Switches.
That's no accident.
No. That box is small.
Yeah.
It's the first time I saw it, but it's basically like a 3DS box. I mean, a little
Yep.
bit bigger, but
Yep.
basically.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
Feels.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
I want one of those. Damn it.
Have you played one yet?
No. Mm-mm.
At all? No. Okay.
Your cousin had one, right? Or your nephew?
My nephew. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't played it since I moved,
Mm-hmm.
but I at least got to experience it for a little bit. I got the grace of the Switch a little while.
The grace of the Switch. And
I got to try Mario Kart 8 Deluxe before moving.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ticket.
It's all the tickets.
That old game.
Yep.
I would play it on there for sure. I'd love to
Yeah,
have it on there.
it's the best.
Yeah. I think it's the best Mario Kart.
Yep. And it's even better. So it just is. It's the best one ever made. And
On the Switch, yeah.
yeah, undeniable to me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, Bo's being crazy, so I guess that's my cue to go.
What is?
My cat.
Oh, okay. Bo, got it.
Bo.
Bo's being crazy.
Bo.
I did find the one thing that I was gonna mention.
Okay.
This one of those Nintendo asks again, where we ask our Nintendo listeners to make stuff that they seemingly make stuff that we want, right? That's happened multiple times.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want we've seen the NES Classic and the SNES Classic. I would like a Virtual Boy Classic. So
no.
Let's get that out. Let's get that going. Full color. Let's do it.
They'll never listen to us again. They'll never listen to us again.
Hey, I liked my Virtual Boy.
Yeah. I think you were pretty much alone.
If it was in full color, it would have been a moderate success.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it was something completely different, I agree. That's great. Well, Godspeed. I hope it comes. I'm hoping for the N64 Classic. That will probably be $100.
Yeah. It seems likely.
Yeah, why not?
Seems like where they're going.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some like tiny Wiimotes.
Yeah. That'd be pretty funny. It's almost like, why did you do this when you could have just released the NES again?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna release that again someday? I don't know. I don't get it.
I hope that's why they canceled that first one, is to get a product line going for this one. And that they're not done with it.
But they've also got to put out Switches.
Yeah, true.
Like everything they're making right now, except for actually the 3DS is cleared out everywhere. Have you noticed that?
No.
Like nobody has 3DSs. Like I look at Target and they're just like fucking just wiped out. So I don't know what they're doing because nobody can get a Switch, nobody can get NES Classic, and nobody can get a 3DS. It seems.
It's a good place for them to be. I mean, it's bad, but it's better than some of the alternatives that have happened in the past for them.
Yeah, it's bad
They're
for us. Great for
often
Nintendo.
sitting on the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't get them on the shelves fast enough. I'm sure that's not a problem for them.
Yeah.
They seemed very happy at E3 for not
Yeah.
being at E3. They seem very happy at E3.
Yeah. Like somehow they're winning.
They are.
Well, right, right, right. But even by not going, they won E3. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they're winning in life, but they're
yeah.
also winning E3.
Absolutely. Like they were the most impressive by so much. Like they were so impressive.
Yeah. And it seemed like the Microsoft attitude was kind of like aware of the like deliberately downplaying stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Instead of excitement, they're just like, "Oh, I mean, it's just that the games are the games, and we're we're having fun, aren't we, guys?" Well, I might have lost you. Hmm.